Welcome to this tutorial on Linux. We will talk about Linux in detail, Linux commands. If you are a web developer or a software developer at any capacity, you will have to use Linux sometime, like even if it's on server on your computer somewhere else. Mac and Linux systems have this Linux-like commands that you can use it to control and command the system. Windows is a bit different, but you can use Linux on Windows now. There's a subsystem for it. But other than that, it's almost on any server that you are using. Most of the time when you are developing something, you need Linux. So I created this course to tell you, according to my experience, like these are the most important things about Linux a developer should know. Just like VS Code shortcuts, you will deal with around 50 to 70 like Linux commands that if you know them and if you know the pattern of like writing, the syntax of writing Linux, then you really don't need much. Like you know your way around Linux very much. So this video is introductory, so we do not get into commands that much. We will say something in general about commands. On Linux, like most of the time, case matters. Like help is not equal to help. So case matters. If you say help, you have a command, but if you say help, sometimes it's something different. And especially for arguments and options where you have A, but A is something different from capital A, like, so case matters. Let commands finish. So when Linux, it's almost always synchronous. So when you run a command and it takes time, you have to let it finish in order to continue. Arrow keys work differently. As you see, like now I'm touching the up and down, but it does something else instead of going up and down. So we will discuss that as well. Commands can have arguments. Like the main command is rm. You see arguments, it says like the usages, this fe. We will discuss that, but sometimes commands even do not work without arguments. So that's something else, but not all commands. Commands can have options as well, and these options are case sensitive. How do you recognize options? Well, options have this dash before them. So when we say rm-f, this is an option, and they are case sensitive. And you can combine options together. So you can say like, this is, we haven't studied this, but if you do this, like you'll get a calendar. What's important here is the same command can be written like this. So you are chaining options. Options can have long form names and short form names, like universal. Sometimes it has a short term u, dash u, one dash u. If you have two dash universal, you have one dash u. Sometimes these are like the same thing. Options can have parameters, say cal-a1. This is a parameter. 1 month after November is December 2023. But we could also do cal b1, so October 2023, like these are called parameters. You could also do tab to finish a command. Let me show you. So let me explain that. If you have like CA and hit tab, you see like coffeenate, something, calendar, case, cal. Okay, if we do cal, you have a calendar. So sometimes like if you hit tab, you have these options. Unix system have multiple users that can be divided into groups. So this deals with this kind of like file traces and routing systems folders. We will not discuss that right now, but if you see like if we do pwd, like you have users, user, and this can be like your name, and you can have another user, something like that. One more thing, path variable is very important. It is an environment variable that specifies a list of directories where the shell should look for executable files when you enter a command without specifying its full path. So what that means, for example, if this path variable, say you have Node, or you want to run Python commands from anywhere, or Node.js commands, or npm, or anything else you have. Sometimes you have to register their path in this path variable, which is in a directory that later we will discuss, and that's very important for developers. There's something else where cron allows to schedule commands. That's not very important, but it just should be discussed. So we will discuss these things. If you are interested, share this video with your friends and see if they like it. So if you want the instructions that I said, I will put them on this video's description so you can get them easily. But next video we will do some general tasks in Linux. How do we open Linux? How do we clear terminal? How do we remove something? Create a directory? Things like that.